Hey gang, Mr. Osborne here. I wanted to really quick go over some very important information as to how the class is set up. I know that a lot of you are saying, oh, I already know how to use Canvas. Well, you might not know how to use Canvas in my class. Also, I've been having constant problems with certain issues where students don't read the welcome letter or the announcements or the syllabus, where a lot of these things are explained. So I just want to do a quick video here and talk to you maybe about some things you already know, but some of you are new to Canvas, so you might see something here or hear something that you didn't know. So I'm going to start with the basics first. If you can see my cursor over here on the far left in the green, these are the generic to Canvas. This is the navigation tabs for your account. You can set it up so your photo is in here. I'm in student view right now, so it's not showing me. Your dashboard is right here. You click on that and that'll be all of the classes that you're currently taking should show up there. And then calendar. This is a really important feature that a lot of people neglect to use. When you click on calendar, let's see if it'll do this for me. It will give you all of the assignments related to the classes you're in, and it'll, here it's saying test student. So this is going to be a little different because I'm acting as if I'm a student, not a teacher, but it will look a little different than yours, but similar. So it's giving green for the 152 fire prevention course. If if I wasn't being a test student, it would show 155 and 157 here, but all the classes that I'm teaching or all the classes you are taking, and it'll give a color to each one. And based on the due dates, everything is here. So it makes it so much easier for you when you look in here in the calendar section. It will show you all of your courses, what is due. So let me go back because let me see if I can do it this way. Because I'm in student view, it wouldn't let me go to dashboard. Okay, that's neither here nor there. The other way you can know what is due is there's always this to-do list over here on the far right. And this will tell you all of the assignments and things you need to do that are coming up in the particular course that you're in at the time. So this is all just for 152, whereas calendar will show you all of the courses that you're taking, what is due. Okay, very important feature. Every year I tell everyone the best way to get a hold of me is through the inbox. And yet I have people who will send me emails, and I check my emails, but not as often. So please, please, please communicate with me through the inbox instead of through email. Okay, you'll get a faster answer. Okay, so that is the inbox. So this is your home page for this happens to be my fire prevention course at Oxnard. But whether you're at one of the other schools I teach at or in a different course I'm teaching, it's going to be similar. It's very, very similar in each one of the classes I teach. So on the home page at the top are always going to be announcements, and then on the far left, here are your navigation tabs. So if you want to read just the announcements, tab on that. So this is really important for the first 2 days of school. You need to go to the announcements, click on check-in and introductions assignment, and then it tells you about checking in, and in fact, in the class that I'm teaching right now, a few people already have. So you need to just go down and type here. So that makes me see that you are going to attend the class. People who don't do this are supposed to be dropped. Since we're not meeting in person, there's no way for me to take roll on the first day. This is how I'm taking roll. Okay, so make sure you apply to that announcement. Okay, again, on the home page, one thing a lot of people don't realize, you can jump to most of the modules, and this is where this video is going to be. So watch this video about how to use Canvas. I have an old video in there, but I'm going to change it to this new one. Okay. Also, there's your welcome letter and your syllabus. You can also get to the syllabus right here. Click on the syllabus, and you can either download it and print it, or just if you need a quick reference to something you had a question about, like one of the assignments or something that we're doing in, in a discussion project, you've got a lot of that right here. Okay, so that is the syllabus. That's how you navigate around. And remember, use that to-do list on the home page to stay on top of everything. Now, the next most important thing we need to talk about is the modules. So I changed the way my courses are run not very long ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And so when you go to your modules, if there's nothing written over here, you can go right in, you can read this important Canvas info. When it says complete all items, that means you're going to have to go through a sequential process and go through each one of the steps in each module. So notice that all of these are a faint gray. And you can click on them. It won't go there. It will not open for you. Why? Because you haven't gone through in sequential order. First, you have to open Getting Started. Okay, so you read the instructions. You see there links. Now, if we click on these links, it's not going to let you go there yet because you haven't sequentially worked your way up. So let's see what happens if I click on Discussion Assignment. It takes you there, but you don't see the assignment. It's blank because you have not sequentially gone through and worked your way through to the discussion assignment. So once you're done reading all of this, this is really important. Before you click on Next, you just need to mark it as done. Once you've marked it as done, now you can click Next, and it will go to the next item. Okay? So once you've watched my video, you can go, everybody needs to watch my video so you can do the discussions assignment. Then click Next, and it'll take you to the next item. There is a video about So You Want to Be a Firefighter. That's a different deal. But the introduction discussion assignment is something that you all need to do, and the syllabus and welcome letter quiz. So let's go back to the modules, and let me show you how this has changed now. The things that we have done, okay, because you have marked this as done, you've looked at this page, you've looked at this page. Now I might change this to mark as done, so if I change it, it'll say that you have to mark it as done. Now we can go as far as clicking on the introductions assignment, but you can't do the quiz until you've done the introductions. So then you go to that, and now it's locked until August 12th. And that's, I haven't opened that assignment until tomorrow. So you can do all the other stuff up till tomorrow. But let's say we could do that, and you would type in your assignment. When you're done with that, then you submit it, and it will let you do the next thing. So going back to modules, I want you to also notice that once you contribute to the page, it'll let you go to this, and it would become black. It's unfortunately not doing that because I'm doing this before it's open, and it would be complicated for me to change that right now. But then you can take the quiz. You click on Submit. Then it lets you do that, okay? But notice this right here. This is locked. It's locked because you haven't completed everything in Chapter 1. And this one is locked because you haven't, you haven't completed everything in the introductions. And here you haven't completed everything in Chapter 1, so it's locked. But let's go to 3, and this is what I want you to see. Actually, we can see it in 2. So see Chapter 2 here. I'm going to make it go smaller, make it go bigger. Says here it's going to unlock August 16th. So there are some things that I've set it up so you can't get too far ahead. I want all of you hard chargers who really like to get all your work done ahead of time. I'm going to let you do that, but not too far ahead. Okay? So when the course opens officially, first day of school is August 16th, Chapter 2 will open. And then the next week, Chapter 3 will open. So you can stay 1 to 2 chapters ahead, okay? But no further than that. And again, each one, if it says complete all items, you're going to have to go through sequentially through all of these things and work your way through until you can finish all of that chapter, and then it'll let you open the next one if it's past the date that it opens. Also notice here, this Chapter 3 is saying you can't even open it unless you've done Module 1 and Module 2. Okay? So that's how it works. Now, I'm going to go out of Student View so I can show you a little bit more here. So now everything's gray because I'm the instructor. I can go to everything. So let me show you this introductions assignment, and this is what it'll look like when it lets you open it. And you make sure you read the instructions. Being a firefighter is very much about following instructions. And one of my pet peeves in my classes is students that don't follow instructions. If you want to be a firefighter, follow instructions. Now, I welcome you to send me messages in the inbox asking questions. But when I get one that says, Mr. Osborne, I'm trying to take the quiz and it won't let me take it, I know that that person didn't read the instructions or follow the instructions on how this class works. Certain things won't open until you have finished in sequential order the chapter. Some things won't open until the date that I have put on it, then that can be opened. So double check those things before you contact me. Now, there are times where I've made a mistake because I'm a human being. I do that. And the older I get, the more I make. It's kind of funny. But you need to feel free to send me a question. But if you get an answer back that says, did you read the instructions? Then that means it wasn't my fault. You need to double check. But sometimes it is my fault, and I have something that I need to fix. So here's all the instructions on what you're supposed to do. You have to watch my introduction video. You don't have to do a video. You just need to write in the discussion assignment. Then when you're done with that, when you've replied and submitted that, then you can go to next, and then you'll be able to take the quiz. Okay? So that's all that's required the first week, but I highly recommend, because the first couple of chapters have a lot of content, get that introduction done, get this syllabus and welcome letter quiz done, but spend some time getting going in Chapter 1. It will help you, and that's true of almost all of my courses, not just this one, 152. Okay, there's one thing lastly that I want to talk about, and it has to do with Apple computers. So if you don't have an Apple computer, you can click pause at this point and be done. But if you do have an Apple computer, you want to listen to what I have to say here. Now, first of all, you guys might have turned it off too soon. There was something else I needed to say. Canvas works best in Chrome. It's just made for Chrome. I do use Safari quite a bit, but it works best in Chrome. Also, it works better in a browser than in the app for smartphones and smart tablets. So use a browser. It works best, and the best browser, according to the people who developed Canvas, they say use Chrome. Okay, so can you see this now? I hope so. I have made a little opened a Word, and I'm going to just make a fake little document here, but it's kind of being slow. View only. That's because you don't remember who I am. Blah. It's not going to let me. Blah. I'm sorry. I'm using a computer that my Word is not working now. So let me open Keynote or Pages. Sorry about this. My point here is that Apple products, you've got to convert them to be saved in a Microsoft format. So you're seeing all this ridiculous stuff you don't need to see. What is it doing? Okay. So in Keynote, if I have a recent, okay, I'm opening a recent, okay, here's a PowerPoint, okay, so if, and I didn't make your screen big enough, if I want to turn this in, let's say this is a presentation you've put together and now you want to turn it in. When you click on File, I hope you can see that. You won't see the top of it, but you can see the bottom. You need to click on Export to and make it PowerPoint. If you're in Pages, you need to export to Word. If you're, we don't use Excel, but again, if you were in Numbers, you would need to convert it to Excel. So whatever you turn in has to be in a Microsoft Office type of format. Canvas doesn't recognize anything else. So make sure you do that. And then one last thing, if you're turning in assignments, so sometimes there's assignments where you download something. So in this one, you download a PDF. You download that PDF, and this is you can download it to your computer or you can see it here. But once you go to save that, if you do a screenshot in an Apple product, it saves it as an HEIC file. Canvas doesn't recognize those files. So when you go to upload it, it'll act like it uploaded it, but when I go to grade it, I can't see it. You need to make it a JPEG or a PDF. Both of those will work. Okay? So, all of that to say, if you've got an Apple type computer, a Mac, an iPhone, an iPad, any of those kind of products, you need to remember how to export and to upload in a way that is going to be visible. And don't use HEIC files. Okay, one last thing for those of you who like to use Google Drive, it's a pain, and I prefer you not. Use PowerPoint. You will see in the welcome letter that there's a way for you to have Microsoft Office for free as a student. If you do that, download it. It just makes life so much simpler. But Google Drive, the only way I can see it is if you make me a partner on the project. So you have to add my school email and my Gmail email, which is beafirefighter2010@gmail.com. Okay? So make sure you do that if you use Google Drive. But if you want to make me happier, make it a PowerPoint instead of Google Drive. Okay, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys. I hope this is helpful. I'm looking forward to a great course with you. And again, don't take my warnings too seriously. Please send me questions in the inbox if you do have a question. Thank you.